Olivia, go where? The formal dummy. What? She races back towards the metro station before... Get a rideshare, Inco. You can buy a fucking rideshare. Wait. The eulogy? I take off after her. The uneven cobblestone catching up. How the fuck is she moving with any speed? She should be bumping all over the place. Cobblestone are not good on wheels. As I pass the propped up sign, I stop, yanking a 20 from my wallet and dropping it in the tip box for the ashtails. The little girl standing by beams with a toothy grin. Okay, listen, I know this. There is a character model for Mikaea. Are we ever gonna see her? I catch up to her. She's still speeding towards the metro station. I'll melt later. Can't get distracted. Oh, it's a cute girl with a cute grin. He's gonna melt, but he has to do it later because he needs to get out of you. I catch up to her, still speeding towards the metro station. Is there still time? It's almost 9. Yeah, there's still time. We can make it. We can make it. Should we go run back to get your dress? Olivia stops and skids to face me. It's the other way. We can't. Both our hands jerk sideways to the boutique we stopped in front of. Our hearts skip a beat. In the distance, the familiar sound of the metro's arrival. We maybe have a minute. You got $200. Merry Christmas. Thank you, come on. It's the same boutique. Olivia drags me into the store, scanning for anything that she'd find acceptable. So what kind of dress do you want? I don't know anything about dresses. Yeah, because you really wouldn't wear dresses on a thing like that too often. It's kind of weird. Like, I pointed this out in a thing I'm writing, Balancing the Skills, but, like, the dress goes down to the knees. It's so awkward when you're sitting down the whole time. Oh, shit, okay. What's your favorite color? Green, what do you think? Of course it is. Why the hell would it be your skin color? My favorite color is pale. Oh, shut up. You know this fashion shit. You pick something. Okay. Time slows as I scan the shelves, cataloging all dresses in sight. There's about 3 green dresses on display. The lime hard-burst wiggle dress. It looks like something I'd hurl on. And the grand Varde classic wrap dress, aged faster than the wine-guzzling wench that made it, which leaves the newer Little True's deep green dragon perch kimono. This is a little... it's beautiful, let's take it. I toss it over to her and she catches it. With the dress in tow, Olivia wastes 0 time and speeds out the door with enough force to knock me off my feet. I have to stop the shop owner from giving chase by hastily handing her 202 Benjamins. Sorry about the kids, just Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. You're not supposed to say Happy Holidays. We are losing the war on Christmas, Inco. We are losing the war on Christmas. The holidays are moving in on the East Front, Inco. We are losing the war on Christmas. Olivia's still ahead, trying to put her dress on and still moving forward towards the metro. We're right there. Lift your tail! She understands and quickly lifts her tails in the upright position before I grab her handles and keep rushing forwards. Right as the door starts closing, I must all strength out of me and boost her into the cabin. What the fuck? Did you just buy a dress in 10 seconds? I managed to throw myself inside before the door could close on my foot. I slide Olivia to the side and stop myself on an armrest on the opposing seats. Yeah, most of the world doesn't celebrate it, but they are technically in America, so they would. I'm left breathless. Whew. Oh. What the heck are you out of breath for? It's tense. You alright? Yeah, I'm fine. I finish catching my breath and sit on the seat normally. Olivia moves into a spot and keeps struggling to put a dress on. She tosses me a hoodie. How does this even work? Olivia waves the kimono around like a signal flag, confuses what goes where. Here, let me help you out. I bought a smoking jacket a while back. No, that's not the same at all. Oh, no, wait, no, the smoking jackets have the little big belt. A smoking jacket? I thought you didn't think you'd smoke. I don't. I just thought it'd be cool to have. Oh, she's no longer in a wheelchair. I help Olivia off her wheelchair and onto the metro seat, since that would make the process easier. It takes a bit of trial and effort, and a quick snoot tube tutorial, but we eventually managed to get the Nakachuban, and kimono on. Totally aced that pronunciation. After making sure the knots are tied correctly, the tail is poking out of the accommodating slit in the back of the dress. And I hope, the fact that, like, dresses need so much more accommodation than most pants would. Like, goddamn, can you imagine walking into a store and buying a dress as a human and being like, oops, it has a tail slit. Okay, so I know about this dress. It was spoiled for me a while back, but fuck if it doesn't look great. That is a great dress. No arguments. No points. It's a good green to go with her. It's nice and dark. I like the yellow, the orange. Her wheelchair looks a little small. I don't know what it is, but the wheel looks really tiny now. Wow, how do I look? I took a look at Olivia and her dress. Even though this was at the last minute, she still manages to take my breath away. You look, beautiful. You're just saying that. I am, and it is the truth. Oh, fuck, we get this one too. Nice! Wait, do you still have the tickets? I reach in my back pocket and pull them out, offering for her to see. She takes one, staring at it intently, as though it were gold. 7 p.m. It's at 10 p.m. She glances up at the terminal. It's 9:30. We can make it. It'll be close. The speech might be go a bit over the limit, but we can make... Oh, wait, no. I thought it was Inco, because, he seems like the guy who would say it. It'll be close. The speech might go over the limit, but we can make it in the last minute. Okay. Are you going to improvise a fucking speech? You're not a writer. Although I guess even writers do a lot of drafts. It's like saying to an artist, like, why can't you draw anyone go... Pfft. Olivia starts hyping herself. Her lips move, but no words come out. Her head would occasionally bob in approval or shake in disapproval, too. There's heavy tension building in my chest. The LED clock display in the carriage looks like it's going twice as fast. I can't tell if time is going too fast or the train too slow. Should have gotten a fucking rideshare. Get a taxi. For the whole ride, she speaks silently to herself, perhaps rehearsing the new speech she just pieced together. Like, public transit is great for getting around, but if you need to be in a place in a hurry, like a taxi is faster in pretty much all contexts. Unless the traffic is especially bad. Man, I love seeing her like this. Excuse me. Excuse me. You know what the deal is. I have to say pa 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 pa. Hey. Well, that's just weird. This train does sound pretty cool, though. With my phone, I check Google for the fastest way to the convention center. We're cutting it really close, made worse by my discovery. I wouldn't want to interrupt her concentration. We'll have to transfer lanes at the central station. That's usually how they work, though. Like, you have a central spoken wheel system going on, with a couple of ring routes just in case. Olivia's still lost in the rehearsal as I push her out of the train and race through the full railway station. I curse the building's layout, the second line having been built what feels like miles away as to try to get us to it. At last, a sign redirecting to where the convention center tram is. Downstairs. With a silent curse, I beeline for the nearest elevator, Olivia's wheelchair becoming an incidental plow as we push through the late-night crowd. The elevator door looks positively ancient, but doesn't matter. My full palm slaps the button roughly as more adrenaline pumps through my veins. Right now, I feel sort of hyper-awareness. The rest of the world is moving at a snail's pace and rapidly jab at the button. When the doors finally lurch open, I practically shove Olivia through, startling her from the thoughts at last. Oh, they're reusing the elevator! Yeah! Inco. We're gonna make it, we're gonna make it, we're gonna make it, we're gonna make it! Inco! And all at once, I feel my energy plateau. No, that's... Plateau is that it stabilizes, not that you're getting tired. Slumping heavily against the handlebars of Olivia's wheelchair, my body finally registers how hard I pushed it. With a gasp, I am floored completely, my lower body feeling excessively heavy as the muscles within my leg wail in pain. When the elevator's door reopens, Olivia thankfully wheels herself out. I hang onto her handlebars while I drag my feet after her. The transit chain is here, thankfully. We're gonna make it, Olivia. You said that already. Inco, are you alright? She peers back at me over her shoulder. I simply smile and wipe the sweat from my brow with my sleeve. Oh. Oh, wow. They actually did like a... There's the background moving in both directions. Neat. Getting aboard the train, I allow myself to collapse on the seat by Olivia. She keeps looking at me with her moon-shade silver eyes with worry. My only response is a tight smile and a thumbs up. The second metro line goes just as fast as the first. 9:45. I don't care to interrupt Olivia here. She continues mashing all the right pieces together in her head. It's not just a speech. It's an all-new part of herself she's simply awakened to. Inco. I glance over. She offers her hand and I take it. I'm so happy you're here. Thank you. I gently grasp her hand for the rest of this metro ride. Never gonna break my stride, and no one gonna slow me. Eventually you pull into the station. We're here. 9:50. Jesus, you're not gonna do this. I already know that, but hey. It's right outside, a straight shot to the front door. The door's open, and the couple start exiting. That's fine, people leave early at these things all the time. This tinge of fear mars Olivia's face. I give her a reassuring smile and start pushing her out past the inflow. The convention center is just up ahead, covered in what must be hundreds of feet of sparkly fairy lights. 10-foot-tall Christmas tree stands near the entrance, topped with a star that pierces the night sky. I turn the corner to the parking lot, and the chatter of milling couples entering cars or walking past us at the metro. Our pace slows to a walk. We can't have been that late, could we? There should have been a few minutes to spare. There should be. As more couples trickle out of the door, a tired figure stands in the door. It's Ben. He's holding the door open for a few more couples. I stop in front of him, and he notices us and stares. Ben, what are you doing here? It is over. Go home. We need to do cleanup. I just noticed his tie is like really short. But the formal, it ends at 10. Ben raises an eyebrow. Everybody should still be in there, just getting ready to leave. I peek past Ben. The place is nearly empty. We need to be out by 10. It's 2 minutes past. No. Look, Ben. It took some time, but trust me, we got it. We can call everyone back. Use a speaker. That's, man, the fact that he thinks that's even an option. No. Ain't no one gonna... Just let Olivia do a last-minute speech. A last-minute speech. Are you fucking kidding me? Olivia, you made a commitment. And you failed. Again? Like always, you throw this pity party for yourself and someone else has to pick up your slack. You couldn't even drop the act for your Yatakan? Well then, Olivia, you won. You abandoned the Yatakan so you could run away with your boyfriend and pretend nothing ever happened. Congrats. Dude, holy shit! What the fuck is... Did you forget, Inco, that you yelled at him a while back? Jesus Christ, Inco. Get some help. What the fuck is wrong with you? I get up in his face, but Olivia softly tugs on my sleeve to pull me back. He sighs. He's unimpressed. I'm not getting worked up over this. You got a speech? Okay. Let me hear it. I'll be your audience, No. Thrilling, I move to tears. Ben, what has gotten into you? Nothing. Just let me be for tonight, okay? What happened? Like, I know there's something going on between him and Mia, but, like, what the fuck happened? Is he still that pissed over that one moment? I guess, there's a lot that's been going on between these characters, so fair enough. And Olivia? Stop looking at me like that. He takes a step... Yeah, I think just in general, the brown hair on the dinosaurs just looks weird a lot of the time. Because their palettes aren't made for it, and it often just makes the hair look like it's drawn on top of everything. Like with Olivia, it looks fine, right? Like, it looks like that's Olivia's hair. With Ben, it looks like he's wearing a wig, and any moment, there's going to be a funny comedic reveal where it slides off. Read ending 4 to find out. I know. He takes a step back and lets the door close. I feel Olivia's consistent tug on my sleeve. A deep exhale. It was not worth it. The walk back to the metro is silent. For us, at least. The chatter from the couples around us is lively. Tales of a night well spent, how fun it was, impromptu plans being made to visit each other's place for the night. But Olivia's just left out of it. She was so excited before. It's like someone clipped her wings. Make her a pterodactyl or a hybrid, man. Blech, someone. I'm not letting that guy live this down. And that's how Inco became a bully. A heavy gloom hangs over Olivia's head. Sitting silently in the empty car with her, any previous words I had to help are simply gone. Instead, I lean closer to her, my hand finding hers. Damn, there's so much hand holding. My fingers softly unwrap hers. Before you know, doing that thing they always fucking do. Oh, she's holding her sleeve. Ooh. Her head tilts upright, enough so that I can see the fresh tears trailing down her cheeks. Once more I take her face, in my other hand, my thumb wiping away the one track of tears from her. A sorrowful smile spreads across her lips, small and feeble, on the verge of breaking. Rising from the seat just enough, I bring myself closer to Olivia. The hug is awkward and shaky from a rocking train car, but I keep a tight hold of her, cradling her head to my chest. I just need to look at 19. Where does 19 start? Oh, this is probably temporary. Were they expecting transitions? The hug is awkward and shaky from the, Olivia's tears soak my suit jacket, already having been ruined from our failed attempt to get to the formal. Couldn't care less about the damn thing, though. All that matters right now is being there for Olivia. My front door opens easily enough that I slowly wheel Olivia into my house. I don't know who is more tired or the fact that I'm in need of a change of clothes. Olivia. She simply responds with a non-committal grunt. I need to change out of this. Another grunt. With a gentle sigh, I set Olivia's hoodie on her lap. I'll take you to the guest room so you can change too, okay? Third grunt, but with a nod. After I bring the girl to the guest room on the ground floor, I scale my stairs slowly. Ground floor guest room. Once away from Olivia, I fully feel the full weight of my exertions of tonight. My arms leaden and my legs wobbly jelly. The feel of just wanting to collapse, the want to just collapse and sleep drops violently on my shoulders. But I find the strength to haul myself into my room. It's a struggle to remove the... ew! It's sweat-soaked cloth and it's not hard to remove. Oh, it's bad then. Removing the undershirt almost made me slam face first into the wall. Inco. Ah! Ow. The hard wool on my floor feels amazing on my scalding hard back, even if my tailbone feels bruised. Olivia's kneeling in my doorway, back in her usual hoodie. Seeing a concerned look helps dull the pain. Fine. Good. She shuffles further into my room, her eyes roving around my walls thoroughly. I consider standing, but my legs could use the reprieve. I simply reach for a clean shirt I'd set aside and slide it on swiftly. Nice room. Yeah, thanks. My knees ache terribly as I shuffle after Olivia, uncaring how much I may ruin my dress slacks. Man, if the clothes are that weak, why do you bother? Olivia plants herself at the foot of my bed, and I take the spot right next to her. More hands. It's the same pose over and over again. Like, I get it right. It's a very classic and straightforward pose. But something about having it happen near constantly just feels a little weird. Like, put your arm around him or something. I don't know, like huddle up for heat. Like, any variation, please. The stress from it all oozes off as Olivia nuzzles against me. It's an odd sort of silent serenity that settles on us. No sound at all except for breathing, each puff of air taking with more and more of our worldly troubles. Inco. Her voice is soft and steady. I'm sorry about tonight. It's all my fault. I lean my head against her and shake it in rejection of her statement. It's fine, Olivia. I don't blame you for anything Ben said. But if I'd realized sooner. I shake my head again. What matters is that you figured it out. I'm sure Mr. Yatakan. Her breathing hitches to his name. Skamo, you're here. Are you here to laugh at me and give me bad critique, even though every single other person on that fucking website gets, like, positive reviews? But with me, suddenly, I'm being reviewed like I'm publishing a fucking novel. Ooh, I'm so mad. I want unconditional love and praise. Yeah. Anyway, now that I got that out of my system, I just want someone to look at balancing the scale so I can put it up. You have to pay me to bully me. I just want to put those two stories up. I'm still thinking about, like, am I going to do balancing the scales in 3 chapters? Because I have ideas for the other 2 chapters. Because the first one is just the prom, and the second one would be, like, catching up, and the third one would be resolution. But I also think that it perfectly works fine enough on its own. I think I'll just put it in the notes, and someone else can tell me if it's a good idea or not. Because I do want to work in the expanded one, and there's a bunch of other stuff I want to do. Like, I'm really in a weird spot right now. I'm really not sure what to do with myself. There's a lot of learning, you know. It's like when I'm drawing and I suddenly realize something, and my art gets a little better, and I'm all confused. I mean, you understand what's important, yeah? Head bob of agreement presses her silky hair against my cheek. What matters now is that we're together and enjoying the rest of the night, okay? The payment is letting me play with paper doll on... Now that I think about it, now that I think about it, I unintentionally so, but there's a character in the okay. So when I was making Call Me Fang, I was thinking about like Doctor Octave and like his extended cast of characters, and one of them was Mr. Bones. And Mr. Bones basically has the Covenant of Calcium. He can control bones made of calcium in specific. He can't sense them or anything, but he can make them do whatever he wants. So now that I think about it, Mr. Bones, as he evolved and became this, he basically became a bit like Argus, really. Although kind of a weird Argus, because he only has a memory of like 50 years, and then he forgets everything that happened after that. Like, it's a sliding time scale of 50 years. He's ancient. Just like Winnie. Like, Winnie and Argus have unintentionally been remade in the story. I didn't even mean to. They're friends now. They're friends because one of them has perfect memory. Winnie doesn't forget anything, but Winnie doesn't give a shit about modern society. So he's like, yeah, I know what happened like 10,000 years ago, but I'm fucking gonna tell you because it's not interesting. Who fucking cares? And then Argus is like, I only remember the last 50 years, and I've been like a death god and a fertility god, and Winnie was a fertility god for like the crops and stuff, and like we're just hanging out, you know. We're so old that we're just hanging out with like semi-primitive, isolated tribes, just pretending to be deities, and it's a fun way to spend your time, you know. It's a way to spend your time. Nothing better to do. Winnie just doesn't give a shit, and I imagine that Mr. Bones is just like, who really cares, right? As long as you're living life and doing something for someone, it's always fine. Oh God, is this? Ugh. I think Ben showed me that one. That video just showed me. She bobs her head again, like I feel an anxious sigh escape her. So, what do you want to do? We could watch movies, or I could show you some photos, or Inco. I pause to hear what she wants. I'd just like to stay here with you. Listen, if we're having sex, I don't have any condoms. I'm also technically sterile and impotent, and also I'm quite certain that if I tried to do anything with you, I would cry myself to sleep seconds later. Like, let's just not go there. Wow, Inco, just going 0 to 100, huh? I'm just making sure to set expectations. Just setting expectations. I just love how I accidentally made Winnie and Argus all over again. Mr. Bones is an interesting design, though. I kind of like him. He at the time wears like a cloak of feathers, a cloak of raven feathers, because he's around so long he has time for that. And underneath, because he's made of bones, he's just a clump of bones. His hands and feet are in these flimsy skin gloves. It looks awful, but that's the point. The point is that he wants you to think that it's a bad disguise, so that you don't actually think about what's inside. You know, it's like, it's such a bad disguise, you just stop thinking about it. And his mask is this terrible dinosaur mask. Underneath, he's just bones, and he has 4 skulls. The 4 skulls are of humans, dinosaurs, the Atlanteans, and the Arcadians, which are the last 2 empires, which implies that he's at least about 4,000 years old. But he has those 4 skulls. I like to imagine that on some level, because the problem with memories for Neumancers is a bit weird. There's a reason why there are several different ways it can work. Like, you can get amnesia periodically as your brain gets too full and just wipes itself. You can just lose all long-term memory. You know, like him, but worse. There's a lot of ways it can go. I like to imagine that on some level, though, that Mr. Bones could just theoretically, if he really wanted to, conjure up all those past feelings. But mostly as a facade, because Neumancers are all about like what they think they should be. The presentation. They're supervillains at heart. Because it's all about that presentation. Doesn't matter what you got, it's gonna look fancy, because everyone likes being fancy, except for the people who don't. Like, in a way, it's kind of funny that, like, on one side you have people like Octave. You have people like Mia. Mia gets, like, fancy powers, and Trish gets fancy powers that look fancy, you know? They're all explosive and flamboyant. And then you have people like Stella, where the power is just she can use her cards to sort of tell the future, and they work as good luck charms. Or you have people like Nautilus, where the power is you can make occult things work. You can technically summon ghosts, and sometimes technically ghosts exist, but only around you, and they're technically just the memories of people. So that's the funny part, right? Like, because what she's doing is she's just making the vibes of a place come to life. If you're in a haunted house and everyone's like, the ghost there is trying to murder you, the ghost will try to murder you, because that's all she can do. She can't actually summon the actual ghost of that person, which is hilarious. Like, the limitation is kind of funny. It's funny. It makes me laugh every time. Of course. I like it because it's just a nice magic system. It's a nice magic system. Because everything about it just feels like, on some level, you know, it kind of works. And then you have Octave trying to scientifically explain it. You can't do it. You can't. Because it's all vibes-based magic. It's all about that groove, man. Another pause. But, what is it, Olivia? Just name it and I'll do my best. Could you turn the lights off? The lights? Don't tell me you also have that weird ultraviolet thing that Fang had. Those lights, the ones with the switch all the way at the back. My legs are practically cinder blocks with how heavy they feel. But if it's what she wants, I imagine they would have had like one of those little remotes or something. Of course, the sheer brutal agony lances through my sore leg, but I manage to get on my feet. I swear I hear snickering as I slowly shuffle. Yeah, he looks like a zombie. Must be my imagination. Once I manage to get to the wall, it's a simple matter to flick the switch off and douse my room in darkness. Just crawl, my man. Get on hands and feet. There's a gasp from Olivia as I manage to turn without collapsing in on myself. Olivia, stars, Inco. Stars? The dim moonlight filtering in my room, I can see that her head is tilted towards my windows. Huh. No wonder the meat suburbs out here. I guess. Yeah, listen, okay. So are these just like cut art then? Because in the characters folder, there is a sprite for Michaela. For Micaiah. We saw her, and like any reasonable scene we have with her is done, unless she shows up in ending 4 for some reason. So I guess that they had a scene planned for her that wasn't entirely made of CGs, and they just never did it. Which, like, fair enough, it's just kind of weird. God, there's a lot of CGs for that one, huh? This song sounds like a siren, sorry. I guess. Olivia shifts back to her knees and moves to my window. Wow. You like stargazing? My dad used to take me out. The nebulas I saw back then, those colors, have always stuck with me, swirling around in my thoughts. Managing the steps needed to reach the window, I stand next to Olivia and look out through the window. It's a clear night, with the moon only a quarter waning. I never considered it, but these new suburbs don't have too much light pollution. Unlike it, you're still very close to a city, my man. Unless it's like one of those shitty American suburbs that are just way too big. Unlike Olivia's neighborhood. How long has it been since you've seen a night sky like this? My legs finally reach that tipping point, and I find myself collapsing onto my desk chair. Into his desk chair. When my arm lands on my desk, my hands land on something. Oh, it's my camera. Say, Olivia. Would you like a better view? Of the sky? Here. I find my tripod and search my desk for the biggest camera lens. With some practice setup, the camera's pointed right out my window, aimed at the cosmos above. And then the whole thing is connected to my computer. Presto, our own little observatory. The screen fills with a beautiful high-definition feed from the camera. I slide the computer chair to show Olivia. Wow. Wanna come see? I move out of the chair so she can have a turn. But in a flash of movement portrayed by a tight exterior, she forces herself onto the chair right on my legs. Feeling the weight pressed into me is, nice. Luckily, I'm not Anon, or there would be some spaghetti alerts going around right now. I carefully aim the tripod, bit by bit, aiming at the various sights in the sky. We see a distant nebula, swirling around in blue and purple. It's barely visible, but it's there. I should paint something like this sometime. I bet it'd be pretty. I think we could do it just... We did this in Ending 3 in Snook Game 2. Like, fucking stargazing. What a weird parallel. I don't think I could do it justice. You don't think so? I'd still like to see you give it a shot. I catch something in the stream for just a second. Hold it. Slowly now. I know I saw something. Wow. Is that? I think it is. A shooting star. Up close for us to see. Nobody else in the city gets to see this. You want to make a wish? Olivia thinks to herself and turns her head to look at me. You saw it first. Oh, are those the rules? All right. I'll hold the A button. That's how it works in that game, right? A wish. Okay, think fast. I wish things will turn out okay. That sounds good. For some reason, I think you're supposed to pray a bit when you do this. Ah, whoops. I look away from the monitor and smile at Olivia. So, I don't want to tell you. Besides, I think it's already coming true. Olivia rolls her eyes, though the screen lit up a smile too. Feeling her snuggle into me, we continued looking at celestial bodies that hung over us. My arms are wrapped around her midriff, holding her as close as possible. It's how we spend the night together. Just us and the stars and nothing else in the world. The purr reverberating from Olivia through my chest slowly soothed us both to sleep. Yes, there is coming through. Why isn't she in the shitting? Oh, whatever. Alright,